Hi guys, this is Dr. Sarah Van Dyke coming to you from Dash Chiropractic. We're out here, we're surviving. It's St. Patrick's Day 2020, and I'm here to talk to you about IT band pain. So this video is going to be called The Myths of How to Relieve IT Band Pain. It's the second part to the earlier video I did about how to relieve IT band pain. And we Googled how to relieve IT band pain, and a lot of the same stuff kind of kept coming up, whether it was on Runner's World or Active, different sites, or even some of the medical sites. And I'm here to dispel some of those myths. As a runner, I know how frustrating IT band pain can be, and I know what it's like to do hours after hours of foam rolling to no avail. And that's the first myth. You should treat IT band through foam rolling. So there have been some studies to suggest that the IT band, which is this long band that goes all the way down your outer thigh from the top of your hip to the top of your knee, this strong fibrous band right here is going to be dented by foam rolling. So far the science on that's kind of wishy-washy. There have been studies where they've dropped weights at the end of cadaver IT bands, and they've shown that cadaver IT bands will maintain position with like several 100-pound weights attached to them. So I don't know if a small foam roller is going to make a huge dent in actually changing the shape of a dense fibrous IT band if the 300-pound weight didn't change it. And also, if you want the article for that study, I can definitely find it for you. We talked about it at a seminar a couple months ago, and I can definitely search it down for you if you want. But that was a little side note. Getting back to the main topic. So I don't think foam rolling is going to work for that reason. I also don't think that the normal RICE protocol, rest, ice, compress, and elevate, is really going to work. And also, most runners don't want to listen to that, because let's be honest, we want to run. Like, the whole point of doing therapy, be it chiropractic, massage, physical therapy, any of that kind of stuff, ice, heat, whatever, is to keep you running or to get you back running. So that doesn't really, it's not speedy, it's not time efficient, it's not active care, it doesn't make you better, and it doesn't really solve the problem. If there's inflammation present, it might decrease it a little bit, but chances are the things that caused it in the first place are going to come right back. And also, those things don't generally tend to work. People will try that for weeks and it still won't help. So I wouldn't go with that. So let me look at my list. So we got RICE, we got foam rolling, and stop running is also another one. Well, most runners don't want to listen to that. I mean, it could help, but there are a lot of people that still are in pain after they've stopped running for a while. So I would say that let's nix that. Because there's ways that you can run with a painful IT band, and there's things that you can do to get out of pain quickly that don't really involve you having to stop running for weeks. Because let's be honest, a couple days of taking off of running is probably not going to be effective in terms of getting rid of your IT band pain, but a couple days of targeted therapy for this pain will get you there. Okay, next is cross-training. So I think cross-training is a great idea. If you're injured, you should definitely try a form of cross-training. I would suggest pool activities if your IT band is too painful to run. That's going to be better than doing bike or elliptical most likely. So shoot for the pool activities, and I would also suggest a targeted strength training program to supplement the cardio workout that you get with swimming. But also come see me. I'm in Huntington Beach, California, and also I can do sessions virtually. Right now with COVID-19 spreading around, I've started to have to manage my patients virtually, and I can do so for you. So definitely let me know. You're going to get a lot of the same stuff on a virtual session as you would get in person. So that brings me to my next myth about IT band treatment. A lot of people think that it just takes really intense soft tissue. And you know what? That actually does make you feel better for a while. But generally those results don't tend to last. We're looking for treatments that last longer than a few hours, that last you a few days, or at least a few weeks. So check out my earlier video if you want some ideas on that. That stuff can help. And if it's muscle related, it can help. But there are other things such as neural components or lumbar disc components, which is this little gelatinous thing in your low back. I'll bring it up closer so you can see it. Low back discs can actually cause IT band pain, and so can the nerves that come out of the spine and run down your leg. So if those things are part of your IT band pain, then no amount of massaging is going to truly relieve the pain. And there can be a muscular component when you have those two things, because the muscles usually will tighten up in this area to protect the body and keep you from continuing to exacerbate the structure that's hurt. Also, if nerves get irritated, the muscles that they innervate often will get irritated as well, and that's why you get the muscle pain too, and that's why the massage stuff works for a little while, but it's not addressing the root if it's those two things. So finally, strengthen and sleep more were the last two myths. So I think strengthening is probably getting closer to what we want. We definitely want to figure out what the causative biomechanics were for this IT band. Was there a spinal component? Are you using your hips properly? Does your core work the way it should? Are your feet not really helping you direct your energy in the right way when you're running? So let's look at the causative biomechanics and then try to strengthen targeted areas. Strengthening overall is always a good thing for you, but sometimes people work on the wrong areas. So it's best to see somebody to try to get some guidance in that area, or at least to try some targeted stuff such as my videos, or there's lots of other good practitioners out there that have good videos on this. And then sleep more. Well, sleep does help decrease inflammation. So if there's an inflammatory component to your IT band, or if you have some neural inflammation, that'll definitely help calm it down to a little bit. And it'll keep you off your feet, and it'll probably keep you from doing those exacerbating things. However, sometimes sleep can actually, the positions that we sleep in can actually exacerbate disc or nerve-related conditions depending on your sleeping conditions. So sometimes sleep can help just a little bit, and sometimes it actually makes it worse. So that myth is partially true and partially false. But if you have any questions about any of this stuff, I am here for you. Go ahead and drop a comment below. Reach out to me. I'm in Huntington Beach, California, but I can be reached virtually, and I'm here to help you. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Stay safe out there, people, and have a good night.